Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan the Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. This will be number 8 in my Washington Wine Month series of tasting, which is pretty good. You figure there's 4 weeks in a month, and this is the 8th one, so that's 2 a week. That's pretty good. For me, that's really good, absolutely. This is the one I was hoping to do, and now I can do it with the help of my wife who put this together. Susie, thank you for doing that. Is a blind tasting. Now these are Bordeaux-style blends, one from the old world, obviously Bordeaux, one from California, and one from Washington State. So we're going to see which one comes out on top. It's going to be kind of exciting to do this. Of course, I would hope that Washington comes out on top, but you never know. So we're going to get started right away. Blind tastings are fun because I have no idea what's in here, and yeah, we're going to get started. Number one. Put a little rinse, and you do that initially. Make sure there's nothing in the glass that might change the flavor of the wine. It's always a good idea to do that. Okay, here we go. Bordeaux-style blend. Color on this is, well, it's in the reddish, real red. Super reddish color. Dark red. Let's see what we get on the nose. Bordeaux-style blends are probably some of the most popular wines in the blend category. We all know many people are big fans of Bordeaux itself. And then you start getting into the New World, and you got to make sure now these wines are using only the grapes of Bordeaux. There's actually 6 grapes of Bordeaux. Let's see, Cab, Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, Malbec, and Carmenere. Those are the 6 grapes of Bordeaux. Cab, Merlot, Cab Franc, Malbec, Petit Verdot, and Carmenere. Yeah. Hopefully I got that right. I'm having my doubts. On the nose, there's a lot of like black licorice. Get some interesting red fruits from this. Sorry, guys. I'm tongue-tied today for some reason. Little red flower notes. Yeah. Just from the nose, I would say this is New World, but we'll see when we get on the palate. Very dry. I'm getting a lot of like really red fruits, big time red fruits. Super dry. Red fruits. Kind of grippy tannins, definitely grippy, you know, they have a grip on the backside. The licorice is coming through. I'm getting a little bit of a graphite note on this one, which would tend to make me think this is Old World. This is probably Bordeaux, that would be my guess. Red flower notes come through. Definitely bone dry, good acidity. It's a well-made wine, but it seems to me to be a little bit of a baby. In fact, the acid seems to be a little bit strong on this one. I'd say medium plus. But good balance, well-made wine. It has to be Old World. There's no doubt in my mind about it. This has to be the Bordeaux. So when you're wrapping your mind around that, once you hit that, you have to decide, okay, this is a Bordeaux. How well made is it? That's what you're looking for. It has good structure, has good balance. The acidity is a little strong, but it is also, if it is a Bordeaux, if I'm correct in that matter, they can go dumb sometimes. I don't know if you realize that, but they can change quite a bit. Bordeaux's do. And sometimes they dumb down, meaning they're not showing their full colors. And then all of a sudden you open another one 6 months later and it's a beauty. So good structure, good balance, high acid, a lot of minerality on this one, a little bit of crushed rock on the finish, a lot of red fruits with a little bit of licorice coming through, a little bit of graphite, pencil lead. There you go. So, number one, give it a there we go. Now, on to number two. Rinse here. I know a lot of you guys like these blind tastings. I've gotten some good responses from it. I'm going to do a shout out in the first of next episode too. I got just a rash of new subscribers all of a sudden. So I'm super excited about that. Number two. Get out of the way. Number two. These are exciting for me too because I just really like to see which ones come out on top. Sometimes I'm super surprised, sometimes I'm not, So this is a really kind of a dark, getting into the black category. Yeah, really super dark actually. You'll probably see that. Okay, see what we get on those. Getting a little baking spice on this one. Definitely solid currant notes. Licorice on this one as well. Chocolate notes. So the nose on this one, you see, I thought the first one, just on the nose, might be New World. This one, even more so. Let's see what we get on the palate. So this is super rich. I mean, it's like big, full-bodied wine. No doubt it's New World. I'm getting the currant notes. There's a little chocolate underneath. It has good balance. It is not over the top. Alcohol-wise, don't get me wrong when I say full-bodied, rich. I mean, it's not hedonistic. It's has good balance. It just has a little richer fruit than the first one. So coming behind what I would consider the Bordeaux, this one has some really nice qualities to it. Good balanced acidity. Definitely cherry and currant notes. Actually really ripe, dark cherries. There's actually some minerality to this. There's a little grip on the back side. I mean, I'm sure it has some oak treatment to it, but it's nicely balanced. They did a good job, whoever made this wine, in making it balanced on the palate. And I get a little bit of, just a touch of spice on the back end. There's even a little hit of red flower petal, kind of on the mid palate a little bit into the finish. Solid wine. No, truly a solid wine. What I like about this wine, and again, once again, what I'm saying is it's not out of balance. I mean, there's a richness to it, but it has balance and structure, and that's a good thing. Let's move on. Number three. I think I mentioned this before, but I never realized how busy the street is right next to the loft here. A lot of cars going by. Of course, it is very busy, and we talked about. Mentioned this to you before. There's a what's called South Beach. A lot of people like to go out there, and there's a couple of big communities down the road. So yeah, a lot of people traveling on this road. Kind of adds some different kind of ambiance to everything. Number three. Again, this one is this is into the purple category. A little purple action going on. So we get on the nose. There's definitely kind of a bittersweet chocolate. I probably kind of a bittersweet chocolate. dark cherry, currants, and there's just a touch of earthiness to this, which I like. And I'm going to say a little bit of some dark flowered characteristics. There's even a little bit of tobacco trying to sneak through on this one. So aromatically, this is probably the best of the three. Let's see what we can get on the palate. Uh-oh. I'm in a quandary here. This one tastes like it could be Old World. But the first one was so Old World. This has a nice brightness to it. I get like red and black currants on the palate. Nice structure. I mean, there's definitely a grip on the backside. A little bit of oak tannins coming through, but it's not out of balance. And then right at the back of this one, you get kind of that, there's a little bit of tobacco meets bittersweet chocolate meets currant, and then there's a little bit of a red cherry, a red fruit coming through as well that I didn't necessarily get on the nose. Oh, I did say red flower, so yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. This has some depth to it, good structure. Really, really quite dry on the finish. You need a steak with that bad boy. You do. Well-made wine. This thing, I think, like number 1 and number 3, probably should have some time period. If number 1 is a Bordeaux, as I think it is, I think that it might be in a dump stage. Maybe it's going to come out of its shell in 6 months, 4 months, a year, you never know. Bordeaux is funny that way, and I've experienced it many, many times. This one, however, needs some age. I like the high tones in this one. Yeah. Okay. There it is, fell down, sorry. I'm going to change this one. I just comparing the two. There we go. Okay, there we go. The lineup is in. Let's see what happens. Where will Washington end up? Where will California end up? Where will Bordeaux end up? They were all good wines. They're all well-made wines. I have no problem with any of them, but okay. I think it's, no. So, here's the unveiling. The reveal in third place with a B-B. So good grade. I thought it was a solid wine, very well made, but I thought it was from Bordeaux. I could just tell from the graphite. I could be wrong. Let's find out. Oh, there you go. This is the Chateau Gazin, or Gazin Roccancourt, 2016 Pessac-Leognan. I know how to say that. Pessac-Leognan. And this is a 2016 great vintage in Bordeaux. This rolls in at $34, and it's 55% Cab, 45% Merlot. Runs in at $34. Now this got some huge scores from some of the wine critics. Some big scores. So it's a very well made wine. Just didn't think it outdid these other two, that's all. In second place, number 3, that was number 1, right? Yeah. Number 3, the last one, with a B+, A-. So I was very impressed with this wine. I thought it was a stellar wine. I thought it was very well made, good structure, high tones on it, good food wine, and I think it needs to age for a little bit. So, in second place is the Novelty Hill Cascadia Red Blend 2020. That's a 16, this is a 20. So I think this needs at least another 5 years and it will really flesh out. It rolls in at $55. It's 71% Cab, 25% Merlot, 4% Malbec. There you go, Novelty Hill. Andrew Janik and Michael Janik, father and son team. So in first place, we got a Washington wine in second. This has to be California with a straight up A. I thought this was well made, really good integration, solid wine. This is the from Dariouche, the 2018 Caravan Red. It is now they put this right on the front. 58% Cab, 14% Cab Franc, and 20% Merlot. Oh, 20% Merlot, 8% Malbec. It's interesting they put the 14% Cab Franc in front of the 20% Merlot. So 34, yeah, there you go. So this one has 6% Malbec. All right, this rolls in at $70. Not cheap wines, but you know, it's the last one of Washington Wine Month, so let's just go for it, okay? There you have it. California beat out Washington. Damn it. It happens every once in a while. And then thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I really appreciate all your support. By the way, do you like the blind tastings? Are those your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can see what's coming up as I go along. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.